Play of the match.
It's time.
Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to some more Overwatch. My name is McCree, and in this video I wanted to talk about McCree. More specifically, how McCree fits in the current meta, and honestly, if he'll ever properly fit in the meta. But before I get into that, real quick about the gameplay. What you're watching in the background is me using McCree before he was buffed, and basically after he received the Fan the Hammer nerf. This gameplay was basically from 4 days ago, before the patch went live on PS4, which is what I'm currently playing on. So he doesn't really have a good Fan the Hammer, and this was before his revolver damage was the range of his revolver, sorry, getting my words mixed up, was buffed to do 70 damage at basically all ranges except extreme, which is code for all ranges. The reason why I wanted to show you this gameplay, nerfed McCree gameplay, is I wanted to basically get a point across, and that's that if you have semi-good aim, like I would like to say I have, you can kind of hold your own with McCree still. He's still usable, and this was before the buff. So what I wanted to basically talk about in this video is he too good again? Because before Fan the Hammer was nerfed, he was a tank killer. He was basically an everything killer. I mean, let's be honest, the only thing that could really counter McCree was a better McCree on the other team. You'd flashbang a tank, Fan the Hammer, and if they weren't dead from that, which would do like, I think the output damage was like 500 something damage, you could just hit L, you could roll, quickly reload your revolver, and just Fan the Hammer again and empty your magnum into the tank and basically finish him off. And this worked against tanks, it worked against, offensive targets, Reaper, Tracer, everybody. There was no counter to him, and he was, by all means, the first thing in this game that you can, I'd say the only thing you can really describe as broken. Unless you're on console, Torbjorn was pretty overpowered if he was stacked with 2 or more, because he was just a really strong combination. Like, more than 2 Torbjorn turrets on the other team, forget about it, really hard to take out. But with McCree now, it's starting to look like he's a really hard character for Blizzard to balance. Like, they can't get him right up close, and I'm seeing a lot of people complain about the buff, saying he's too good at a distance, and it's like, is there a place for McCree? That's what I'm wondering. Like, I'm trying to, what I want to talk about in this video is basically maybe ways that they could find better ways to, I guess, balance him out, because right now he feels fun to use, don't get me wrong, but it kind of, like, the way you supposed to play him now after the buff, which is basically take distance shots, doesn't really match his kit, to be honest. You have a flashbang and Fan the Hammer, which is for up close, but your pistol is kind of like, if you have good aim, your pistol is pretty good up close for single shot. But what Blizzard wants you to do now is use him at a distance to kind of counter Pharah and Soldier, I guess, which is fine. But I see a lot of viable complaints, and this is more from people playing on PC, because it's a lot easier to aim on PC, that McCree is too easy to aim with and get that full 70 damage output, to the point where he was overpowered up close, and now he's overpowered at a distance. So it's the kind of thing where you have to really wonder if he'll ever fit in this game. And it sucks, because people like me who actually enjoy playing McCree, you have to keep relearning how to play him based on how Blizzard changes him. Before, I was like, oh, you know what, I'm really into this Fan the Hammer flashbang combo, even though it's dirty and cheesy as hell. It's kind of like the target finder from Black Ops 2, those of you that remember that. It's that cheesy combo, where it's like really easy and it doesn't really take skill. You just click one button, click another button, and whoever's on the screen is dead. Sometimes multiple people are dead. And now you had to relearn him, which is fine, that's what a game is all about. But now it's like, are they going to nerf him again? So now that you're used to taking distance shots with him, you got to get used to using him up close? I honestly don't know. In my opinion, a great way to balance him would be to kind of revert back to his kind of close range oriented kit, where he can actually kill somebody with Fan the Hammer. Because right now, let's be honest, Fan the Hammer sucks. Like, if you flashbang a Tracer or a Genji or a Reaper, the flashbang, I'm pretty sure wears off faster now. I didn't see it in the patch notes, but it feels like when I get flashbanged or when I flashbang somebody else, they're not stunned for nearly as long. And then what I'll do is I'll fan the hammer, and it seems like the bullets go all over the place, and I maybe get them to like half health if I'm lucky, and they're able to escape. And I know somebody's probably going to think, oh, get good or your aim sucks. But let's be honest here. Fan the hammer, I mean, you can only center your crosshair on their face so much and have them to survive to the point where it's like, okay, this isn't really working. So what I was thinking as to a different route that they could take is, first of all, let's scale down his range right now, because it does 70. They said it doesn't do that much damage at extreme distances, but let's be honest, this game is kind of like Call of Duty where it's a lot of close quarter stuff, and he's still doing maximum damage at 95% of the ranges that you're going to be in combat. So it goes without saying, McCree basically does max damage at 70 at all ranges. That means one headshot is going to do 140 damage, and then combine that with a body shot, that's 210 damage. That's enough to kill every offensive hero and every healer with the exception of Reaper. Reaper has 250 health, but you're basically going to take out all the support characters and all the other offensive characters if you get those three. If you get those two shots landed, a headshot and a body shot will kill, which is pretty insane. The fire rate of the pistol, it's not crazy fast, but it's still good enough to drop people if you don't miss. So what I think they should do instead is scale the damage down to where it does 50 at a distance. I think 50 damage is fair. And then what they should also do is make it so that Fan the Hammer, the first 2 or 3 bullets of Fan the Hammer does really high damage, and then the other 3 bullets of the chamber, they do less damage. Basically, like half of Fan the Hammer does a lot of damage. So that way you can kind of kill a squishier target if you straight on, flashbang them and they have, full health, or I guess semi-full health. You can finish them off, but so that you're still not able to take out tanks. But right now, McCree is kind of rewarding to use in a sense where if you're getting long shots, it feels really nice to take people out. But at the same time, up close, he's kind of still decent enough to get by. So you're kind of sitting here scratching your head, at least I am when I play with him, and I'm like, this is fun, but it feels kind of awkward to use because you have a kit that's oriented towards killing flankers that get in your face, yet you have a revolver now that can hold its own at a distance. So I feel like on console, he's okay for the most part because I haven't come across too many McCrees that are just dropping me at a distance. I've had some really good games myself, on the other hand, where I'm just knocking people down at long ranges, but that's because I put about 13 or 14 hours trying to get, the hang of McCree. I'm not going to lie, 3 of those hours are like Fan the Hammer hours, where it's like no skill involved. But the other 10 hours or so I've actually spent getting his shot down, and it's not very difficult to master McCree's shot. You just got to, get the right sensitivity and really just line up your shots and don't pull the trigger till you have a clear shot. So I'm just wondering how long it'll take before he's decided broken again. Now on PC, that's an entirely different issue almost, because with a mouse and a keyboard, you have really good accuracy. And I've seen a lot of videos. I'm subscribed to Ginger, and he made a video talking about a similar issue where McCree is basically stupid broken, at least on PC right now, where he can snipe people, like he can counter Ana, Hanzo, Widowmaker at a distance, but he's also good enough to hold his own against Genji and Tracer. I don't feel like he's good enough, in my personal opinion, to take on people up close. I feel like Tracer, Genji, and Reaper, especially Reaper, they give me a hard time up close, and I feel like they do a better job killing other heroes up close than McCree does. I feel like they're the better heroes, and they take a better role than McCree does, and I also still think that Soldier is still the better pick. Soldier and Pharah are still the better picks as far as offensive hero goes for a distance, but I do see the argument where McCree is a bit overpowered at the moment. Just instead of being overpowered up close, he's kind of overpowered at a distance now. So I would kind of like them to revert his range a bit and then make Fan the Hammer great again. No, I'm just kidding. Make Fan the Hammer a little better up close so that he doesn't feel so underwhelming, and then maybe we'll have a balanced McCree. Because right now, I don't think McCree will ever properly fit in the meta, and it sucks because he's one of my favorite characters. Anyway, guys, that's a video. Had a little competitive game with pre-buff McCree. Comment down below, like, subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts on McCree and how he stands in the meta. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Let me know what you think. And as always, thank you for watching. McCookie out.